I'm Tom Daniel. I am the Joan and Richard Komen Chair of Biology at the University of Washington. So if I had Obama's ear, I would think back to a comment he made in the presidential debates. He was actually asked, is health care a right or a privilege in the United States? And he actually said at the time that health care is a right. I agree with that, but that's not what I would talk about. I would talk about education being a right. And at this time in our country, education is a right for K through 12. In other words, we fund it federally, we support it. Yes, there are private schools, but a kid who cannot afford to go to a private school is guaranteed a K-12 education. And that's a beautiful model that worked in the 1950s. That model suggests that when you walk out of high school, you are well prepared for the 21st century. That simply isn't the case anymore. To be well prepared for the 21st century, you absolutely have to go beyond high school in many instances, yet it is no longer a right. So there's a disconnect between what the country perceives as its needs and what it funds as its needs. By investing in graduate education and undergraduate education, we are investing in the engine that fuels this country's economy. More than anything else I can think of. This is the long view of financial investments. Let me give a couple examples. If you take a student and say, you may go to college, you will get a bachelor's degree, and yes, you can go into biotechnology if you wish. And you get that education, you get experiences, and today you actually do this with a faculty mentor, and you actually get involved in research. You may actually be, as an undergraduate, producing things of great economic value. Going on to graduate school is expecting that you will contribute not just as a partner in the research, but as an innovator of new idea, as an innovator of new discovery, as an innovator of new technology. That is high bang for the buck. And in fact, that is where our country stands unique. It stands unique in its ability to foster innovation, to foster creative new ideas that spawn technologies, that spawn healthcare products, that spawn toys for that matter. I don't really care. It's economic fuel. So if I had Obama's ear, I would say we have to rethink our funding models in the United States. We have to rethink our investment strategy for the long haul. Yes, there's an economic crisis now. Yes, it's of unparalleled proportions. But fundamentally, it is not just a right, it's a responsibility of this country to educate everyone from K through 16 minimally. We cannot fuel our biotech sector. We cannot fuel our IP sector. We cannot fuel those things which keeps this country competitive on an international scale without that investment. And right now, it's being borne by a very peculiar financial model, which at this time is under great risk. If families can no longer afford to send their children to school, if families can no longer afford what is, in fact, tuition that is rather expensive at some institutions, not the UW, whatever it is, if they can't afford it, it's that many fewer people that are no longer contributing to the economic advantage of this country. So in fact, I would say, yes, healthcare is a right to every citizen, and K-16 education is a right to every citizen.